India. My mom has always been a spiritual person, and this year she decides it's time we pay God a visit. That's right. Instead of Times Square, we're going to Vaishnadev, to the second most visited temple in India, out of 108,000. It's kind of like the Indian Vatican, only noisier and more chaotic, and not Catholic. Because this shrine isn't just any ordinary place of worship. This is the home of Shakti, the female energy, goddess Devi Mata, also known as the Mother Goddess, a place people travel to from all over the world to make a wish. But for the wish to come true, all we have to do is hike 7.5 miles up a mountain through the cold, dark, and rain. Yup. Mom sure knows how to throw a New Year's bash. Whatever your heart yearns for, wish for it here, and Devi Mata will make it come true. Anything? I wonder what to wish for. A job, my own apartment, a graduation trip to Europe. I was finishing college as a dance major, so these were the things on my mind. But then, I see a bright red sari in her hands. Mom, what is that? This is for you and your sister's wedding. Well, Mom, neither one of us have boyfriends, let alone plans to get married. But one day you will. And I want Devi Mata's blessing for it. When I stare at the shimmering red sari, I understand that she had traveled more than 8,000 miles across 3 continents to stand at the intersection of 2 of the most important institutions for an Indian mother: God and marriage. And even in the most sacred of places, my mother's wishes were tied to dreams of her daughters. But for me, it was just an excursion. You see, when you have family that live in India, you never get to travel India. And this was the first time I was getting to see something outside of the chai and samosas in my aunt's Bombay flat. I just wanted to get to the top. Maybe see where God lives, and more importantly, process my request. So I begin my prayer. Pretty simple, God. Just a job in a prestigious New York dance company, doing work that's edgy, and written up in the New York Times. Live in LA, work in New York. Too specific? Sorry, just trying to manifest shit here. Ouch! Lines and lines of devotees push past me. By now, we are hours into the new year, and it's like the New York subway at rush hour. We're not allowed to talk, so I just keep on wishing. Praying. Job. Good job. Dream job. Sold. Job. priest does arti, waving a tray of candles and chanting, Jai Jagadambe, Jai Jayambe, Jai Jagadambe, Jai Jayambe. What is he saying? What does this mean? What does any of this mean? I bow down to seek blessings, but within seconds of arriving, the priest quickly shoos us to exit, so I shout, no! Wait! We've been hiking for 12 hours. We're freezing, soaked. I came all the way from Los Angeles, and I missed dancing in a department production of Sweet Charity to be here. And I don't know when I'll be back. Maybe never. Maybe never. So please, just give me a minute. The priest doesn't understand English, so he looks at me and watches the tears roll down my face in a single moment of human understanding and says, California? Hollywood? Yeah. He steps aside and gives me a moment. Hi, God. I mean, Goddess. Brahma, Shiva, Vishnu, Krishna, who else? Oh God, Ganesha. Am I leaving anyone out? Lakshmi. Okay, all of you guys, here's the deal. I try to be good. I know I'm sometimes messy and often late, but only to social engagements. And I'm a consistently terrible cook, I know. But aside from that, I try to be good, and I want to be better, as you know from the self-improvement section of my personal library. I know that I've begged for a lot of things in the past. Tap work, asking me to prom, request denied. Getting my own column in the high school newspaper, a belated thank you. And Western, winning a bowl game. You took your time with that one. And I've always believed in you, even when you didn't pull through. Because those were tiny orders, and their absence hardly made a difference in my life, like if a waitress forgot to bring your water, a minor inconvenience, but nothing that could actually ruin your meal. I know that I said job earlier, and I don't know if I'm allowed to make one wish or two, but in the event I can only make one. I just wanted to clarify in case there was any confusion. Send me a soul ring. Out of all the times we've talked, everything I've ever asked for, this is the only one that's ever really mattered. In exchange, I promise to be good. Like punctual and tidy and stuff. I think that's a fair trade. I hope you got it covered. I turned to leave, but as an afterthought, I add, thank you, God. As if the wish had already been granted. I never doubted for a moment